Let's welcome everybody here. You with Trevor, Thomas, Lenny de Villiers, my business partner, and our partner in Visa Solutions, the internationally acclaimed Visa Solutions, all the way from Houston, Eric Badaneris, who's the vice president of the company. So nice to have you with us again, Eric. It's always a pleasure when you join us here, guys. And this is the Green Room hosted by Induka Group. The Induka Group is a company that is really geared at helping families get to America and live their dream. And if you would very much like to be part of that, or if you would like to know more about how you can get yourself into America with one of the companies that we're recruiting for, and get yourself and your family into a space of having a permanent residency in America, then you need to get a hold of either Lenny, myself, or anyone on the Induka team. We'd love to help you. We'd love to connect with you, teach you how you could do this, give you the right tools to make the decisions that you need to make. So please connect with us. We'd be happy to share this journey with you. We've got over 100 families that are part of this program currently from South Africa alone. And Eric and them from Visa Solutions have got thousands of guys that they're assisting on the trucking program alone from South Africa. There's about 1,300 people going through to America. Such a wonderful opportunity, a nice space to be in. So there we go, Kathleen. We can.
Hey, Kathleen, we can see you now.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear us, Kathleen? Okay, we cannot hear you.
Just unmute your mic on the bottom left, Kathleen.
Bottom of the screen on the left. You can unmute it.
There, it's connecting.
So yeah, it says connecting to audio. Cool.
Oops.
Anyway, so while we're doing that, then we've given a small intro in terms of Induka Group. Do you want to quickly chat about the Green Room while we try to connect with Kathleen?
Absolutely. Yeah, guys, like always, welcome from my side. Thank you for joining us in the Green Room. The Green Room is a very exciting space that we have created. We have tried to see if there's anything else like in the social media space, if there's anything similar that you can go and log on to try and see if there's anyone can help you with webinars or information on immigration, and not actually pay for these things. So this is the reason why we started the webinar, is for people that are looking to immigrate, not just in our program, just to create awareness, what you would need on all aspects of immigration, from documentation to financial immigration to relocation. I mean, I'm saying shin a lot, but it just seems like that's what it's all about, So we created this space so that you, from any space that you are immigrating to, you can log on and you can get professional help in every aspect of immigration. Who do I go to? What documentation do I need? As far as getting help with, the psychology of immigration. I mean, it's not really a thing that men think about. Men just go, listen, the old caveman thing is, I'll knock you over the head, I'll drag you to a new cave, and off we go. So there is definitely an element of psychology in immigration and struggles with children and stuff. So we've covered some of those in the webinars, and we want to urge you to go back onto our Facebook page and go visit some of those webinars that we've had already. If you know of someone that is actually in the space of immigrating, share the links with them. These are very, very useful for immigration, and we've done the research for you. So these people you can actually reach out to some of these people. We do have the details of these people on our Facebook pages as well, where you can directly click either on links that they've provided, or you can get in contact with them directly as well. So with that, we dig into some aspects of our program, which is immigrating to the United States. So we've covered some of the areas of our immigration on last week about New Leaf Hospitality. This is one of the companies that we recruit for, and we had Eric just give us some guidelines and some more information about this company. And but we are very, very thrilled to have this topic again. So we've got someone from New Leaf that is actually going to be answering all our questions in this space. and these are things that we can be a little bit more specific with. So with that, I'm going to ask Trevor just to give us a brief introduction to our panelists today.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I've already introduced Eric, and Eric is well known on our webinar. And Eric, I'm going to maybe ask if you'd be so kind as to introduce Kathleen, who's with us today. Kathleen, wonderful to have you with us. Nice to have you with us. But Eric, if you wouldn't mind doing the introduction for us. You're just on mute, Eric.
Now I'm back.
There we go.
Thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure. And you know, always happy to talk to all the people that join the webinar, and the most impressive part is all the repetitions that, you know, happen over the following day. So it's scary and impressive to see that, you know, thousands of people see this webinar, if not live, during the week. Apparently, Caitlin is experiencing some technical issues. She cannot unmute her computer, so she's trying to figure it out. So meantime, I can talk a little bit about New Leaf, a little bit more about what we do with them. So as you all know, for over 12 years, Biz Solutions focused mainly on truck drivers, and then 2 years ago, we decided that we wanted to bring more opportunities to entry-level jobs to the rest of the world, and not just for specialized truck drivers. So then we partner up with our first company for Live Your Dream, the Avant Group, for the logistics, for the last mile delivery drivers. But, you know, there was something missing. We needed more diversity, and we needed to bring more options to our candidates. So doing some research, we found New Leaf, and also through some contacts, there was actually a recommendation of one of our clients. So we went, we visited them, beautiful hotels, beautiful place, and beautiful people, you know, super friendly. Everybody's so nice. So, you know, we decided, you know, that's it. And of course, they decided to work with us and give a chance to people from all over the world to come to US. They, as many hotel chains, struggle to find good, reliable people. There's a lot of amazing people and hardworking people in America. Unfortunately, for entry-level jobs, it's very difficult to find them. So that's why, you know, when they heard about our program, you know, they decided to, you know, give it a chance. And here we are. You know, we have helped them to get people from, or candidates from, I believe it's 8 different countries in the world, and hopefully there's going to be more. We have a big deadline to hit by June 16th. And without those, you know, without going deeper, Caitlin, can you hear us now? And can you unmute your phone, your screen, computer? No, looks like we still cannot hear you. Maybe you can try to join with your cell phone. It also works. And mute actually your computer, so we can still see you, but we can hear you through your phone. So maybe you can try that. There is actually in the email that we send, there's information how you can join by phone or with the same link. Yeah. Let me just text. Technology always plays a trick on us when you need it more.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Listen, our first couple of webinars was very interesting, you know, where we had to try and figure these things out.
Len, I've also tried to unmute from my side. Can you try on your side? I think you host, just see if you can.
Yeah, I've tried. There's actually no unmute button for her.
It says connected to audio, but then it doesn't connect. So it might be something on this PC.
Might be something on the settings, but you know, she would have to go out and check the settings and everything.
It's fine. Maybe Caitlin, like you suggested,
Caitlin, you can hear us, correct? Caitlin, you can hear us? Yes.
That you can hear us.
Okay.
She just...
Is there any way you can try to connect with your phone? Or that is your phone? Okay.
Yeah, this is a fun.
Or maybe you can try to connect with your computer. No?
Nope. Maybe
Okay.
we'll have to. Maybe we'll have to type. We'll have to just.
It's a shame.
No worries. These things happen.
Well, she keeps trying to connect. I can keep talking, and explaining how
exactly.
we work with them. So anyway, a few months ago, we started the process to get them into the program. We sent everything to the Department of Labor. It took longer than we were expecting, but finally, okay, she just replied that still something, it's something on the settings of the app on your phone, probably, Caitlin.
Okay, let me send a...
Let me see if I can. Sorry for this.
That's fine.
Okay, so
She's exited. So let's see.
So hopefully she will be able to figure it out. Probably something on the settings on the app that she has.
Listen, we'll carry on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, it took a little bit longer to get the approval for the Department of Labor, as it was the first time that we submitted someone like a company for hospitality.
Yeah.
Finally, after a couple of extra questions that they did and asking for a little bit more information, we got them approved, and here we are. So these also, and I want to make a clear statement on this as well, like, why sometimes it takes longer to get the prevailing wage determination. That gives us reassurance that not every company can apply for sponsoring people. Actually, probably 2 out of 10 companies in America would be able to sponsor people overseas. The Department of Labor is very strict. They want to make sure that on one side, you're not taking a job away from an American, and that's very important. That's why we do the market test. That's why we do a lot of recruiting, because you cannot take a job away from an American. The second part is they want to make sure that the company has all the stability and all the financial means, the size, the history, the structure in order to support the person that is going to be coming. Because the second that they come into America, it's the responsibility of the government. So the last thing that they want is to bring them under a company that is not stable enough, that could have issues further on. So New Leaf got successfully approved by the Department of Labor. We were very happy of it. And we started the recruiting period, and here we are. We are on the recruiting period. We still have certain positions. We run out of positions for the reception. We still have positions for kitchen workers and for forgot the name of it. The
Line chef.
The cleaning.
Line chef, room attendants.
Yes, thank you for that.
I think
So anyway, here we are. We are getting a lot of applications every day. We still have positions, and well, today finally it looks like we got Caitlin. So Caitlin, I think we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Woohoo! Okay,
Good.
fabulous.
Awesome. So let me introduce you to Caitlin. Caitlin is a HR manager of New Leaf Hospitality in North Dakota. It's one of our clients, the only client that we have in hospitality, and we're very happy with the collaboration. It has been a lot of challenges, but it's going well. And here we are on the last mile of recruiting some of the left positions that we have with them. So welcome, Caitlin. Thank you for joining us. We have people from all over the world watching this webinar. So here you go. How are you?
I am good. I'm finally glad I could get on. The technology is great until it doesn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
That's a good thing about this. It's a very casual conversation. It's recorded. It's going to be later on Facebook as well. Well, it's already on Facebook Live.
That's it.
And you
Yeah.
know, that's it. So don't worry about it. Thank you. And I'm glad that you managed to get it on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so-
Well, yeah, whatever questions you guys have for me, just let me know. I'll be glad to answer them.
Cool. I think, Caitlin, let's start with just give us a brief introduction of who you are, your role at New Leaf, and just so people can have an idea of who you are.
Sure. So I am the HR specialist here at New Leaf Hospitality. Currently, we manage 8 hotels. They are located out in Western North Dakota. Our home office is in Fargo, North Dakota, which for those who are not familiar is on the eastern side. So it does pose a little bit of a challenge to us. But things like Zoom have been great for us. I've been with the company for almost 3 years. I'm responsible for almost anything HR related and processing payroll for all our hotel employees.
Fantastic. Kathleen, so if I can ask you, I mean, obviously what's on everyone's lips at the moment is this COVID-19. I mean, talk to us, what are the changes that you guys have had to make in your hotels and the challenges in the industry? I mean, how are you guys shaping with that?
Sure. So it's obviously it's a big downfall to us. We were just getting all ready for the summer. The summer is obviously very busy for us. All our hotels are out in the oil fields, and so our hotels are very filled with oil workers.
Yeah.
And when COVID hit, they all pulled out. All the personal travel, all the leisure travel, all stopped. So our hotel occupancy with that dropped. As for our procedures, we obviously started cleaning a lot more. We started disinfecting everything every hour, all the high touch surfaces, you know, try and keep the social distancing as much as possible. We just want to keep our employees safe. But we have noticed now in the last couple of weeks that things are starting to pick up. North Dakota, fortunately, is a rural state. And so we did not get hit as hard with COVID as like New York State and some of the more populated areas. So we always kept going. We never shut down. And now that things are kind of slowing down and COVID's getting a little lighter, people are traveling a little bit more. They've obviously been in quarantine. And so they're itching to get out. So things are starting to pick up again a little bit here. We're hoping that it'll get at least back to normal somewhat for a little bit of summer. So
Yeah, let's hope. Absolutely. And Caitlin, I think before we dig into the New Leaf, the company itself, just as a general understanding of the industry, I know you're in HR, and but if you can, just from your perspective, just give us a bit of an overview, you know, of the industry and people looking to maybe have a career in hospitality in the States. You know, what is your outlook on something like that, and what differentiates New Leaf in America?
Sure. So New Leaf is a small and growing hospitality company. We're really probably one of the smaller ones still. We are obviously always looking to expand and grow. Hospitality is a great industry. I came from, as an HR person, from another hotel management company. So I've been in hospitality HR for, I think, about 7 years now total. It's great. I love seeing people move up in the company. You know, you get somebody who comes in as a front desk agent, and, you know, if they prove themselves and show themselves worthy, they could be a front desk manager. I've seen them work their way all the way up to a general manager of a hotel.
Wow.
There really is no limits to how far you can go in this industry. It really is great.
Oh, that is fantastic. Kathleen, so obviously, you know, we've been in many discussions with Eric and his team and that sort of stuff. And I think what I'd like to sort of dig deeper into with you is how does New Leaf work? Is it shift based in terms of hours that you work? Does it include, for example, evenings and weekends? And is that then based on a rotational basis? You know, if I can maybe ask you to unpack a little bit about, you know, do some of the staff live at the hotel, or is there a bus that would take the people back and forth from the hotel? I mean, if you could unpack that just a little bit for us.
Sure. So a lot of the work is shift work. Obviously, it depends on the position because the front desk is staffed 24/7. So those shifts usually run a 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then an 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. The housekeeping shifts are mostly during the day, and those usually start at a certain time and end when your assigned rooms for the day are done. So that can be anywhere, from 1, 2 to 4. It just depends on how many rooms you have and how fast you clean.
Okay.
Our kitchen worker positions, our restaurant is only open in the evening, and so those are mostly like a 4 or 2 to 10, 2 to 11, 3 to 11, somewhere in there kind of shift. So so our hotels are located in small towns. We don't usually encourage employees to live on property, just because it's a home life thing at this point, right? I mean, if you live at home, if you live at work, you're always at work, kind of a thing. So we do encourage people to find their own housing offsite. We don't have any kind of means of transportation, unfortunately, but they are small towns, and there usually is housing fairly close by. There also are other people who you work with, who you could probably carpool with. They'd be willing to give rides, and also I believe the managers would be very willing to give rides, back home or pick you up if the need be. But in nice weather, you could very easily walk to work and walk back home.
And Kathleen, more to that point, do you as the HR manager, or do the managers then dictate the shifts and arrange the shifts? And like I say, is it like sort of a rotational basis, or how do they normally do that?
Yeah, that's all done at the property level. So that's done between the department head, the department supervisor, and the general manager. Those are the people who decide the shifts. Okay.
And we get a number of questions about people saying, if in South Africa, and South Africans are well known, I'm sure you already heard about this, but South Africans are well known to be very hard workers, or maybe, very diligent. They would probably ask the question, are there only a minimum amount of hours that I could work, or is there an opportunity for me to work extended hours or overtime? And, is there a cap on that?
Yeah, so there is, we do try to watch the overtime. We do encourage not so much overtime. However, we do understand that overtime does happen, especially in the summer. So we do try and kind of manage the overtime. We like to call it managed overtime, where if there's no other possibility that there is a chance to earn some overtime.
So what would you say that is the average hours that these positions will work?
I would say anywhere from about 35 on up to about 45 hours a week.
Okay, good. Kathleen, just so, as we're digging into the positions and stuff now, on an HR basis, you'll be able to give us a lot better and a lot more clarity on the medical aid that the company provides. So just so people, obviously from a South African perspective, there's got various aspects to medical aid on our side, where the company also pays some of your medical aid. I know it's a very, very hard thing to understand, is that not all medical aids are the same, not all benefits are the same. So maybe if you could just, in your best possible way, give us an understanding of, for these positions that people would maybe apply for, either so the front desk is not available anymore, so a line chef or a room attendant, what the perks would be, or how the medical aid structure would look like, just so the guys can have some sort of a better idea of what they would be working towards.
Yep. So we do here offer a medical, dental, and vision plans. Those are up to you to enroll in, should you choose. The medical plan, obviously medical plans here in the States can get really confusing. So the very high level part of it is that it's got $1,000 deductible. So you basically pay the first $1,000 out of your pocket. The plan costs you $92.92 each month. The rest of the cost of that medical plan is covered by New Leaf. And
trust me, guys, that's a very good deal.
It is a very good deal.
You just
yes.
pay
yeah.
$99 it's probably 10 to 20% of what you would pay if you go outside and look for your insurance on your own. So this
Yes.
is very, very
And
good.
I should specify that that's just for single coverage. So if you just enroll yourself, we do also offer coverage for if you want to enroll yourself and your children, or yourself and your like your husband and your children, or just your husband. Those plans do cost more, but I mean, for one person, just enroll on our plan.
So do you have any average any average cost of how much would it be for someone that comes with a wife and 2 kids?
So that actually gets quite a bit more expensive. I don't have the numbers on the top of my head, but I do believe it is around like $1,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it unfortunately, we have really good coverage for just single, but the more people you add, unfortunately, the more it costs. So.
And however, there are other options as well. What most people do is that the main applicant gets the insurance that it's by the company, and then you can get other insurances for the rest of the family members. It depends on the situation, so that you can. So again, there's many. It's kind of like a Lego thing, the insurance in US.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Ways in order to get the best care and also the best price for it. So.
And is that because it's sort of including dental and vision and all that sort of stuff? I mean, is those obviously the different segments that you could look at and then adjust per family per se?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So obviously, Kathleen, when you mentioned the medical, you said there was medical, vision, and dental. Am I right? Is that?
Yes. Yep. And they're all 3 separate.
Okay.
So you can enroll just in the medical and not in the dental and vision. The dental and the vision are completely separate. And those are much cheaper just because they are much cheaper plans.
Sure.
They don't cost as much for those. So,
okay.
So you can enroll either in 1 or all 3 or 2 or none.
Okay.
It's completely up to you.
All right. And if you, sorry, then carry on.
So I have a question, different, or unless you guys want to ask more about the medical, I want to ask about something else.
No, go ahead.
So is there, like, we constantly get this question, if someone joins New Leaf and it's very good at any of these jobs, is there any career path for people that do very well? Is there any option to grow in the company?
Yep, just like I mentioned before. So I've seen before where, front desk agents get promoted. It's the same. It would be the same with anybody who applies through this program too. If you prove yourself, if there's a promotion, if there's a front desk manager position open, if they want to apply and throw their hat in the ring, then they are welcome to do that. And they'd be just the same like anybody else to get promoted up.
Okay, so that will answer the question from Carl Florentino that is asking, why there's only these 3 positions. Remember, we can only recruit positions that the Department of Labor confirms that there is not enough Americans or residents in US applying for these jobs. So these are the 3 positions that New Leaf got approved, and also the 3 main positions that they highly struggle to recruit for. So can you tell us a little bit about that? Why did you pick these solutions, and well, not these solutions, why did you pick these positions, and what's the reality of how difficult it is to hire these positions nowadays?
So these, as I said before, New Leaf is in small towns. And so we really have kind of a smaller pool to pull from. And so that hinders us right there. It's just a smaller pool. We're not located in a large metro area. That's kind of the biggest reason that we have. The other reason obviously is with the oil rig workers out there. We're competing with everybody else who's out there, and it's just too many jobs for not that many people. So we need to recruit from other areas to get these positions filled. Okay,
that helps. Also, we have a question around the same topic that, with the high unemployment rate right now, and after COVID, naturally it's starting to go down. On this last Friday, I think it was, they announced that, finally it's starting to go down, but it will still be up versus where we were, 2 months ago. Do you still see, lack of people even with the current unemployment rate?
I do. I mean, we've always struggled from a lack of getting applicants. And so I think even once COVID does die down a little bit, and as you said, it's starting to, the unemployment numbers are starting to go down, I do still see that we are going to struggle to find people to fill these positions. So.
Makes sense. And for everybody to be aware, that's before Visa Solutions enters into any industry, and before we work with any company, we have to do a lot of research, because we want to make sure that the Department of Labor is going to approve. We don't want to waste our time, our clients' time, and your time, of course. That's why we offer a lot of guarantees, because we want to make sure that you are going to get approved, and that you're going to come, and that you're going to help New Leaf to keep growing. And their main challenge is people. So even with the high unemployment rate, and this is nationwide, there's many industries like trucking, logistics in general, hospitality, call centers, anything that has to do with healthcare. There are certain industries that, regardless of this, they will keep struggling to find good, reliable people. So, and that's why we look for specific companies, specific industries, and specific positions. That's why you see that we're not hiring HR managers or marketing managers or business development managers. There's enough qualified people in America to have those managerial roles, but not the entry-level roles, generally in blue-collar jobs. So that's why the opportunity is here. And then if you prove yourself, you can grow.
Yeah, you can grow all the way. I mean, the sky's the limit really with us, how far you can grow. And as we add to our portfolio too, you can always move. If you're a front desk agent at one hotel, and there's a managerial position open at another one, if you want to throw your hat in the ring for that one, go for it. There's nothing stopping you from doing that too. So, I mean, we always like to promote from within, and you guys would be no exception should you be employed with us. So,
Kathleen, may I ask, does the New Leaf Group also offer, for example, upskilling? And if I was part of you and I wanted to learn more, I mean, is there certain training programs that New Leaf does, or would you give guidance to people if they want to do that to upskill themselves, to maybe even get to a place where they could run one of the hotels for you guys one day? I mean, like you say, there's no roof to where you can go to, but I mean, for that you need to upskill yourself and have, call it more education behind it. Does New Leaf offer that?
We would have on-the-job training.
Okay.
As for that, because of COVID, we are a little short-staffed at New Leaf here. We had to, unfortunately, reduce a couple of positions. So one of those positions was a director of training. We are hoping to bring her back. Okay. But unfortunately, right now during this time, it kind of be up to you to school yourself if you wanted to do more learning.
Sure. Good point.
Yeah, I think the guys get a much better idea about, obviously seeing it from a South African perspective, where our unemployment rate is generally, without COVID, much higher. It's hard for even people in South Africa. I'm not speaking for people in Mexico, just for people in South Africa. It's very hard to understand, the reason why people will have to employ these type of people. So it's hard for us to understand, why the jobs are available. So that's just to give you some perspective as to why people are asking these type of questions. And we get it all the time. We get, why would these people want to employ me to do this job? So it just gives them a good idea about, listen, where you guys are at the moment at 13% unemployment is not a true reflection to where it actually is. And when things do come out of lockdown and post-COVID, you know, things will start picking up. You guys might go back to a 5 or a 6% unemployment, you know, and things just pick up again. Your economy is built that way. It's built totally different than any other economy in the world, you know. So that's why people are, you know, find it very hard to understand these type of programs.
Yes, that is kind of hopefully what I'm hoping is that unfortunately, if our unemployment rate does go so low again that we do have trouble recruiting, I do envision that again once everything kind of gets back to normal again, like you said, you know, give a few months once people get out again and businesses start going again. It's just inevitable that it's going to go back to that low unemployment rate, and we're going to have trouble recruiting all over again. So.
Yeah, excellent.
Definitely. Good. Well, maybe the next global meeting for visa solutions could be held in North Dakota.
Yeah, there you go. I have some ins on some hotels.
So, tell us a little bit about the area, because we all have seen, you know, whatever you can Google, and you know, we see a beautiful lake around there. But you know, tell us a little bit, you know, why it's, you know, what's the best part of being in that area? You know, tell us a little bit, North Dakota.
The best part about, I'm going to talk more specifically about where the hotels are located out in Western North Dakota. So as Eric mentioned, one of the hotels is right by a big lake. It's one of the largest lakes in North Dakota. It's Lake Sakakawea. It's great if you like fishing. It's great for fishing. You can go ice fishing, all that kind of stuff. They have boat rentals there. One of the other locations is in Watford City. It is right next to the Great Badlands of North Dakota. Beautiful scenery. It's just absolutely gorgeous. For those of you who are familiar with the big famous show Medora, the Medora musical happens every summer. It's about 2 hours away from that. Those again are located in the beautiful Badlands of North Dakota, not huge mountains or anything, but just some beautiful foothills, great scenery out there, some great wildlife. It's out by the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. You could drive through there and see some great wildlife. And all of these, even though they're in small towns, they're very close to large cities. So you would have the ability to go to Minot, North Dakota. It would be about an hour away from one of them. Williston would be about 45 minutes from another one. It's just beautiful, beautiful scenery out there. If you like a quiet lifestyle, that's what this is. It's just very quiet, small town, very friendly. North Dakota people are very friendly overall.
It's great for outdoor people, right? In general,
yes, yep.
overall. Like you
yep.
do,
The winters get a little winters get a little cold, but if you can survive just a couple of months of some really cold, it's beautiful the rest of the year. So
awesome.
Sounds nice. Kathleen, tell me something. In terms of North Dakota and expense of living, you know, obviously the jobs that we're talking about at the moment are not on your very upper level in terms of income band. And a lot of the concerned questions would be around, you know, the medical is high, what is the cost of living, that sort of stuff. And I know there's a couple of different options. And Eric, maybe what we should do soon on one of the webinars is unpack the medical a little bit for our guys. You and I and Lenny have had this discussion a few times. I think it's very good for the guys. But Kathleen, is it quite expensive, North Dakota, in terms of living?
It is not. No, it's one of the lower costs of living. You know, you know, it's not. It's very inexpensive, and it's small town. I mean, it's better than, you know, New York City or any of the bigger cities. It's probably even better than Fargo, where I'm located. So
if we could put you maybe on the spot a little bit. So we try to do it with our previous panelist, you know, as a lady that actually lives in Houston, and but she has a family of 4, 2 kids and a husband, you know. And she shared a little bit of her budget that, you know, that they work on a monthly basis, that they spend X on rental, this on kids entertainment and stuff like that, just to compare. I don't know if you can do this or what the situation is, just to give us, listen, you need roughly $4,000 for a family of 4 to have a fairly comfortable life or something like that. I don't know if you are able to expand on something like that.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I could do it on the spot like that. I'm trying to think here. Oh, I would say if you had, I should say the housing would be probably about $1,000 to 1,200 maybe a month. And of course you could always get roommates to help you split that. Much beyond that, like it's just me and my husband, and we usually spend about 40 to, you know, 40, 45, $50 a week on groceries, if on the really high end, really high end.
I can tell you that, you know, I did, and I will help Caitlin here on
Okay,
this
cool.
question, but I did a little bit of research as well. And for example, compared to Houston, the cost of living over there is probably half or less than half. Wow. The cost of the outskirts of Houston, you know, so not living, you know, near downtown, which is very expensive, but even outside in a suburb that is 40 minutes away, that can go lower, it's still at least 30 to 40% lower than those areas. So the closer you get to one of the main cities, the top 10 cities in America, the more expensive it gets. Of course, you know, LA, San Francisco, New York, Miami, you know, prices go to the roof. Yeah. Houston, San Antonio, Chicago, etc. You know, if you go to those cities, definitely you're going to be extremely expensive. As Caitlin is saying, you know, they are, even if they're close to big cities, they're not those cities where you see like those crazy prices. It's not the cheapest state in America, of course, because it has very good quality of living, quality of life. But it is affordable. It's very affordable. And also, please remember that if you come with a husband or wife, kids, etc., the spouse, once you get your green card, the spouse also gets working permit. You know, you have a green card. You are a permanent resident. You can work whatever you want. Who knows, maybe you can apply for New Leaf as well once you are here as a spouse. And as they say, they are struggling to find people, so they may hire the spouse. It's not a guarantee, but you know, they may, based on what Caitlin just said, or they can work in another place around that area. I'm sure the unemployment rate is it's lower than the rest of the country, and that you can find other jobs. Kids can go to public schools that are amazing public schools. I did a little bit of research, and they are very well evaluated in that area as well. So, you know, overall, it's very reasonable. It is a beautiful place. I wish we can all go and see it for ourselves before anyone makes a decision. But again, we did a lot of research before partnering up with them, and we're very happy that also they decided to work with us.
Eric, you know what's been so amazing about this green room and the webinars that we've had is we've had people that have been outside that have spoken to us in terms of schooling, and people that have spoken to us in terms of budgets. And I think just this discussion with Kathleen today and with you again is once again so valuable, because the budget that was laid out for us with the family that is in Houston currently, you know, now you can go and map that out and take what you've just brought to the table in terms of that, and really sort of work out more or less to a space that you get some comfort. So really, this time is always just so valuable and so appreciated. Kathleen, we can't thank you enough for the time that you've afforded us. From our side, before I hand over to Eric for his last words and to Lenny, but is there anything that you'd like to say to people that are looking to join New Leaf from you personally? You know, what would you say to let's say it was me that was going to be looking to join New Leaf? I mean, what would you say to me from your personal capacity, if I can put you in that space?
You know, I would just say New Leaf is a great company. You know, as I said, I've been here for almost 3 years now working for them. It's just like working with family. I mean, they care about you. The owners are great, and they also care about everybody as well. So it's just like working with one big family. You know, we know you guys would be new, and so we'd be willing to help you out, especially in your first steps, trying to get around town, showing you what to do, even just helping you get around town, because we know you're not going to have transportation, and we know you're going to need to go run. And so I feel like everybody would be willing to help you out, just to get settled for a little bit as well, until you're able to walk on your own 2 feet per se. So
we have a very good question from Karen. That is her concern of what happens when they land there. Please remember that Visa Solutions also offers you relocation support. So we will be there with you. And as Caitlin said, this is a joint effort, the relocation part. So we will be working together with New Leaf to make sure that you land on your feet. You're not going to be left there. We will pick you up at the airport. We'll take you to a temporary accommodation. We will help you out to find that temporary accommodation. You're going to have to pay for it, but you will. We will give you the options before you come to US, either through Airbnb, hotels, etc. So we will help you throughout the whole process. And as Caitlin is saying, they will be always happy to to help and guide you. If you want to rent a house, I'm sure they know a lot of local real estates or a couple of real estate agents that will help you out to find and rent a place. Yes, you can rent a place without a credit score, and either New Leaf or Visa Solutions, we can give you a recommendation letter as well. So we'll guide you through it, and the credit score as well. We work with a lot of external companies that help out all the candidates that come to US. We'll help you to get your bank accounts, social security number, even your driving license if you need to. There's this other company that offers credit for people that just come to US and has no credit score, so that it can help you to build it up. Of course, the rates are higher versus a regular credit card, but a traditional bank is not going to give you a credit straight away. But this other company helps you out with a short credit term. You pay it off, and then that helps you to build up your credit score, and then you go to the bank and they'll give it. So we'll help you out on all those things. Please remember that we process approximately 1,000 families, 1,000 people a year. And it sounds wrong that I said process, but it is a process for us, that we do it with all the human touch that we can. We know everybody is unique. You have unique needs, and we will always be here with you. We help every single person that comes to America with Visa Solutions. And that's one of the big differences of just coming on your own or trying to find everything on your own and working with us. We'll guide you through the whole process of recruiting, find you the best possible company to work for, like New Leaf. We'll do your whole immigration process, and we will even go that last mile and do the relocation. Visa Solutions is funded was created by immigrants, and we all had that experience one time in our life. And I wish someone would have guided me this way when I moved to US. Processes like Social Security or driving licenses, that it took me 2 years to get my driving license. I was lazy. But then when I did it through the same process that now we did it, I got it in a week. So that's what we do. We help you guys. So you are going to be in good hands with Induku, with us, with New Leaf. So that's our job.
Yeah, that's what we appreciate, and this is what the green room is as well. Is that we pour our hearts into these things, and that's why we are so grateful we can partner with Visa Solutions and companies like New Leaf. Because we can see that they've got their heart in it as well. We want to see people immigrate successfully, not just sell them a program and then see them off at the airport and wish them all the best. So we want to try and see people off at the airport and see them on the other side and get them settled as soon as possible. And this is what our heart is into, this green room. And this is what we hope people will see as well, is that we do the extra mile, we go the extra space for you so that you don't have to worry about these things.
Yep.
No, absolutely. Eric, any final questions?
Mute,
Kathleen?
I will leave Caitlin to finish. I already spoke a lot.
I think I've said everything. So unless anybody has any final questions.
Let's just quickly, Len, do you want to just quickly check on Facebook if there's anything that we need to quickly have a look at that?
Let's have a look, yeah.
Shane, Kathleen, while we're busy looking at that, I must tell you that Karen, that Eric just responded to now and answered, she was the first person from South Africa to apply to New Leaf.
Yes, I remember when her application came through. We are so excited to see her.
Yeah, she's such a lovely family, and she's got all the experience in the world to join you guys. She's been running her own place out in the Cape, and so we're very excited that we can have wonderful people like that we can send through to you guys.
No,
yeah, we are very excited.
That's good. Kathleen, once again, thank you for your time today. Thank you for affording us this opportunity to just be able to meet with you, not face to face, but virtually. I know that you've really touched a lot of people, and I think that you're going to inspire many people to come and join and be a part of the New Leaf family going forward. So thank you for your time, Eric. As always, such a great pleasure to have you as partners, and thank you for everything that you do for Induku, for joining us for the time today as well. And that's it from me. Lenny, final words.
No, that's it, guys. I want to wish you a good weekend. And from our side, we're a little bit cold on this side, so enjoy your good weather. And we'll chat soon.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Ciao.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you soon.